What's up, you guys? Carlos Jar here of Fightful.com. Apologies in advance if the audio does not sound as crisp as in my previous videos, but I couldn't let this piece of news slide. One of the kept secrets in boxing, if you can even call it a secret, has been revealed. Oleksandr Usyk, the undisputed Cruiserweight World Champion, has officially vacated his WBA title, putting an end to his undisputed run and opening the door to his heavyweight run set for May. That fight has not been official, and I do mean Oleksandr Usyk's heavyweight debut. But the news today coming out of the WBA indicating that Usyk has vacated his WBA Super Title, as in the super version of the Cruiserweight title, one day before he was supposed to have a purse bid against mandatory challenger Denis Lebedev. Lebedev was the champion in recess, which pretty much guaranteed him a shot at the WBA title at any time of his choosing if the champion is also able to defend his title at that time. Now, this was expected for quite some time. We've known for months that after Usyk knocked out Tony Bellew last November in Manchester, that there would be a move to the heavyweight division, as Oleksandr Usyk has stated for months that he wanted to face Anthony Joshua, the unified WBA, IBF, and WBO champion. But obviously, he's not going to get a shot at Joshua anytime soon, but he will get a couple of fights at heavyweight to get acclimated with the new weight class. Usyk won the undisputed heavyweight titles and the finals of the World Boxing Super Series last year when he defeated Murad Gassiev in one of the most one-sided major cruiserweight world title fights in recent memory. Again, it wasn't, and on paper, this was expected to have been an outstanding matchup, but Usyk proved to everyone last summer that he is not only the best cruiserweight in the world, but he is also arguably the best pound for pound boxer in the world. You can check out my positioning of Oleksandr Usyk in the pound for pound rankings on Fightful's official boxing rankings. And now, as for what the status of the WBA Super Title is concerned, there are a couple of things that the WBA can do right now. The first one is reinstate Lebedev as the WBA Super Champion. Now, if you recall, Lebedev previously held that same title, but had a 14-month layoff from the sport, was named the champion in recess, and the WBA title was inserted into the World Boxing Super Series. It was won by Murad Gassiev, and then Usyk defeated Gassiev to win the WBA title. It's possible that they could just simply do that, or they'll just simply have him face off against the highest ranked available contender right now, which if you look at the WBA rankings right now, it's possibly number 4 Yuri Kaczynski. He's the only one, he's the highest ranked available guy to not have a fight currently lined up for him. Junior Dorticos and Andrew Tabiti, ranked number 1 and number 2 respectively, are facing each other in the World Boxing Super Series semifinals this June in Latvia, while Riyad Merhi, ranked number 3, is scheduled to defend his WBA international title in Belgium this May. There has been some rumblings about a potential fight between Lebedev and Lawrence Okolie, who is ranked, I believe, number 6 in the WBA rankings. And that is a possible fight the WBA could allow for the vacant title. But as I mentioned, they could also simply reinstate Lebedev at the super champion. Now, the super title is not the only cruiserweight title that the WBA has. It also has a regular championship, which is currently being held by Bangbush Shumanov, but he is currently slated to face off against Arsen Goulamirian later this year, and there has been no date or venue for that fight, but promoter Don King is looking to have the fight take place in Kazakhstan, of all places, in May. Usyk's heavyweight debut, as I mentioned, has not been formally announced. It is expected to take place in Chicago in mid-May, and the latest name that has been linked to a fight against Oleksandr Usyk is Carlos Takam, whom Mike Coppinger reported has already agreed to terms on a potential fight with Oleksandr Usyk. Let me know what you think about this news. How well do you think Oleksandr Usyk will fare as a heavyweight? Do you favor him in a potential fight against Anthony Joshua? Maybe in 2019, 2020, or 2021. one thing's for certain, Usyk will go for the world heavyweight title. That's been his goal for essentially a year almost since he became the undisputed cruiserweight champion. Leave us a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to our new Fightful MMA and Boxing YouTube channel. Carlos Toro of Fightful.com signing out.